Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Joan Tingase from Divine Living with Tingase, here to share my holistic healing and living journey with you. Today I decided to make a video that's more full of something that I have been thinking about, or something that just came to me, and I felt like sharing that with you. Let's get into it. I was reflecting on how, on our spiritual journey, we get to learn how to protect our energies. There's so much emphasis that we put on protecting our energies from all sorts of witchcraft that is harmful to us, and sort of like bad energy, hexes, and curses, and evil eye energy that may be thrown to us. But we don't really ever put into light or talk about how sometimes we might be the people who harm others. We might be the people who sending out that negative energy to another person. This is intentionally or unintentionally, but mostly I'm speaking from a place of unintentionally doing that. There's a stage that comes where we meet face to face with our shadow side when we begin to do shadow work. And that's the time that a lot of people who practice spirituality kind of revert back and be like, okay, what is this? I don't understand. This is probably something demonic. Or they just go back to religion because it's something that um, has this kind of spiritual bypassing. And how I understand spiritual bypassing is like those things like when maybe you do something bad to someone and you're like, it's the devil, like I don't know what God came over me, it's the devil, it's not me. Like not wanting to take accountability for something that's happening to you, and just putting it as some sort of like other entity that has caused that upon you. Like just thinking like, oh, someone is probably bewitching me, when it's like, no, I'm pretty sure you're full of shit and you're in this situation because of your own actions. So when people come to a stage of doing shadow work, which is like reflecting on your inner world, reflecting on things that affect, like things that cause you trauma or the darker parts of yourself, we might be tempted to spiritually bypass those things. And when we cannot, because now they're facing us right in our faces, people tend to revert back, or they'll just keep on going about life and just never really wanting to accept that this is a part of them that's there. What I think about that is that it's important to always look at our shadow side and not view it as this bad thing that like makes us evil and we're bad people. I think our shadow side is there to protect us, honestly, because let me just give an example. So when I started my spiritual journey, and like looking at myself and some traits that I had that I would consider shadow traits, one of them that really came up for me was anger. So I always used to think like I have anger issues. Like, why am I always so angry? Like, I would be so quick to get mad. And it is through really concentrating and like looking at what was really causing my anger, like where did this anger come from. And after some time I realized it was from not feeling seen or not feeling heard in a situation where I would be trying to explain myself and I feel misunderstood and I feel like no one is really listening to what I'm trying to say, and it come off as like angry. In that moment I realized that my anger isn't this dark evil thing that's here to do me, but more of something that is like protecting me, putting me, like trying to defend me in that situation. And it's after I realized that I got the understanding of it's okay to have some certain traits that are like more shadow traits, but then it's important to not let those things consume me. It's not it's important for me to not let them control me and my life. So in that moment, I realized that it's okay for me to be angry sometimes. Like when the need arises, it's okay for me to be big mad. It's okay. But other times, other times, I don't need to be angry. Like if I feel misunderstood, or like if I don't feel heard, there are other ways of communicating that without me just jumping to anger as a first resort. So that's just like one example of how we can take our shadow traits and like change them into something that helps us when the need arises, and just seeing how all those traits are rooted in something that's deeper, and it is through healing that thing that's deeper that's gonna make you be able to embrace it but not let it consume you. So that being said, I want us to take accountability that sometimes we do hurt people, and we do some stuff that doesn't align with us, doesn't make us bad people, but it's in that moment, it's a chance for us, it's an opportunity to us to love ourselves even deeper, to heal ourselves, and to just like be there for ourselves and reflect on where this thing is coming from and see better ways that we can go about certain things. Yeah, so I hope I'm like making sense. But essentially, in our search for enlightenment, we have to be aware of the role that we play in our own suffering and maybe in the suffering of other people, and choose better and not just spiritually bypass it or not take accountability for those actions. If you've reached this part of my video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. It will help my channel grow. And see you next time. Bye.